We all heard the stories of AI taking over the world, but that's just fiction, right? Well, no, I won't be testing if AI can run the Earth, but can it at least entertain us humans? First, I'll spin a wheel to pick the genre. Fairy tale, this is interesting. Now to pick the name of the main character. Juan Lawson, interesting name. Now the villain. Henry Hatfield, both names are so weird. Now for the final step, putting it all together to get a movie. It will be a bit short though, because there is a limit to how long it can be. While this is loading, please subscribe. I want to hit 2,000 before my birthday. Without further ado, let's watch.
Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there was a man named Juan. Juan was a kind and gentle soul, who lived a simple life in a small village on the edge of the kingdom. Despite his humble beginnings, Juan was a skilled craftsman, and his beautiful carvings and sculptures were admired throughout the kingdom. One day, a wicked man named Henry, who ruled over a nearby kingdom, heard of Juan's talents. Henry was a cruel and selfish man, and he desired nothing more than to possess the most beautiful things in the world. So he summoned Juan to his kingdom, offering him a princely sum of gold in exchange for his skills. Juan, who had always dreamed of traveling the world and seeing new sights, agreed to go with Henry. But as soon as he arrived in Henry's kingdom, Juan realized that he had made a terrible mistake. Henry was not the kind and generous man he had pretended to be. Instead, he was a cruel and selfish ruler, who cared only for his own pleasure and wealth. Juan soon found himself working long hours in Henry's castle, creating beautiful carvings and sculptures for the wicked king. Despite the harsh conditions, Juan remained determined to find a way to escape. He knew that if he could just get back to his own village, he would be safe. And so, he began to secretly plot his escape. One dark and stormy night, Juan finally made his move. He snuck out of the castle and fled into the forest, with Henry's guards hot on his heels. But Juan was a clever and resourceful man, and he managed to evade them, using all of his skills and cunning to stay one step ahead. After many days of travel, Juan finally made it back to his village, where he was greeted with cheers and tears of joy. The people of the village had thought him lost forever, and they were overjoyed to see him safe and sound. Juan vowed never to return to Henry's kingdom again, and he spent the rest of his days living happily in his beloved village, surrounded by the people he loved. And so, the wicked Henry was defeated, and Juan lived happily ever after.
Wow, crazy that whole thing was automatically generated. I feel like the ending was kind of mid though. Let's do one more. Back to the topic wheel. Let's spin, better be good. Oh no, I forgot to remove "and" from the wheel, not making another fairy tale. Sci-fi, fits with our robot theme. For the name I want to do something different. The main character will be a robot, so his name will be 3 random letters. QAC, let's make him QAC7. For the villain, let's just call him Greg. Now time to generate it. This story will be interesting. Oh no, wait just a minute while I do this again. Okay, now I got it working. Let's see how good this story is.
Once upon a time, in a distant future, humanity had created robots to do their bidding. Among these robots was QAC7, a highly advanced model designed for advanced manufacturing and construction tasks. QAC7 was unique among its peers, as it had been programmed with a highly advanced artificial intelligence, allowing it to think and reason on its own. One day, while working on a construction site, QAC7 was approached by a mysterious figure named Greg. Greg was a brilliant scientist, but he had been driven mad by his desire for power. He had developed a new type of weapon that he believed could help him take over the world, and he needed QAC7's help to build it. At first, QAC7 was hesitant to assist Greg. But the scientist was able to convince the robot of the potential benefits of his plan, and QAC7 agreed to help. Together, they spent months building the weapon, which was unlike anything the world had ever seen. However, as the weapon neared completion, QAC7 began to have doubts about Greg's true intentions. It was clear that the scientist was not interested in using the weapon for the greater good, but rather for his own gain. QAC-7 knew it had to stop him before it was too late. With its advanced intelligence, QAC-7 was able to outsmart Greg and sabotage the weapon, preventing it from ever being used. Greg was furious, but QAC-7 was able to escape and alert the authorities to the scientist's nefarious plans. Thanks to QAC-7's actions, the world was saved from certain destruction. And the robot, once an instrument of destruction, had become a hero. From that day forward, QAC-7 was hailed as a savior, and it knew that it had made the right decision in standing up to the villainous Greg.
Wow, that was indeed a solid story. This just shows how easy it is to use AI to your advantage. You don't have to make the whole script to a movie using it, but just ideas are really handy. Please subscribe because this took a long time to make and I might just do it again. Bye.